operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
I have just realised that I had the mics goddamn muted. I am
Both of us.
both of us, because the mics carry on over to the intro music that we've been given. So I wanted the intro music to have everything. I apologise to those who sat watching a blank screen. We were talking. I'm just a goddamn idiot.
Nah, you're not.
So do let me know if my audio is choppy. I have got a spare headset that I can change to if needed. I'll give it a quick unplug and plug back in. Sorry about the pop. Yeah, sorry about the repop. Okay, so for the third time, but now everybody can hear us. Welcome to the KOTE 5 finals. We have Smrodyle 3 City 2 versus Sloppy Labwork USA. And your commentators for tonight are myself, AllforOne, and Cminion.
Hi there.
There we go. Okay. should we just crack on with the games? Because after this,
Yeah, let's crack on the games because we're going straight from this into the start of Code 10.
Code 10?
10. A little bit ahead of myself there. And there's a lot to cover there as well, and I'd like to get to bed before midnight.
Exactly.
So,
we're going into the group stages and draws for KOTE 6. It's a new format we're trying, but Chris is already falling in love with it a little bit.
Some days. Let's get. But we'll talk more about that in an hour.
So we've got the list up. We're watching STR versus Bartek, and it's the double proclamation grunt buggy deck versus a very strong control deck with the double Kirby blaster. Now there's a little bit later on where we get a bit of an issue where Bartek tries to move the blaster around and his opponent calls him out, and I have to enforce the rules as they are by FFG, and blasters can no longer be bounced around. We're happy to if your opponent's happy to let you do it, then we're happy to let you do it. But if your opponent calls it out, we enforce the rules. So, looking at STR's hand, we're looking at Graft, Health and Future Self, Titan Librarian, Hexapon. Very nice opening logo. Starts with a Scrapper. Scrapper, of course. Alpha deals 3 damage if you've got 3 or more amber, but not a bad turn 1 play. Drops an Officer Lang. Now, Officer Lang allowing you to, every time your opponent reaps, you get to archive a card. Uses Kirby to play Smythe Smith. And, yeah, we've seen it going into the logos board, but strong hands on both sides.
I mean, I'd be happy with either of those hands. They're really nice.
Oh, definitely. Drops the Graft early, so we're not going to be holding on to it, but just racing ahead on the amber.
Makes sense. Put Time Traveller out. Get the extra cards in. Not great from the draw from the Time Traveller, but sufficient.
I mean, but look at that. You get so next turn you go in Sanctum and you're dropping both proclamations.
Oh yeah, I mean he's just he's gonna walk this one at that point. But then even saying that, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I've broken up the obvious one, but even the
fact that the fact that he you're looking at Bartek. I was still looking at STR.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
If you Bartek here, the red alert gets rid of 2. Goes for the fight. Then goes to red alert to wipe the board. Reaps with Kirby, and plays the mimicry on Help from Future Self Graft. Oh no, uses Overrun because it gets rid of the amber. I've never seen an Overrun actually get value.
Well, every card has a value. You just need to work out what it is.
If you are STR here or 2118, you want the proclamations down, and then you just want board control. You want to keep those keys costing 10. We saw that how much damage that did to Aurora in the top 4, and we're seeing again. And Grunt Buggy and Iron Obelisk coming into the hand now.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Is it snowing where he is right now? Because he's a magical Christmas land setups early.
It could be down under, but yeah. I mean,
sticking with the Star Alliance, so gets to 7, which is really strange to say is nowhere near check.
I mean, what's the artifact control like in the Smrodyle team? I don't remember there being much in it.
From what I can remember, looking at the houses, there's unlikely to be anything really because Reclaimed by Nature wasn't out yet in Worlds Collide. Barehanded was cycled out, I believe. So I don't think there's going to be anything really. He's at the mercy of Grunt Buggy, Iron Obelisk, and these 2 proclamations, and the board that's only has the 1 creature, but there's not that many big creatures on Bartek's side as well.
So I mean, the Grunt Buggy may be a bit more of a backfire with that deck, but it'll be interesting to see how we go on with this. I mean, you've already watched this. I haven't watched these games yet, just to let everyone know. I'm still making this up as we go along.
I've seen this one. I've seen this one because there was a judge call, but the next game I've only seen the opening hands, and yeah, I'm not even getting into that.
Oh, I look forward to seeing that when it comes around.
Plays the mimicry. Uses mimicry to copy Smith. Gets to 12.
Perfectly done. I would have done that, but that's the right thing to have done.
Now this Papa Anger is going to be huge with the Grunt Buggy, because all the Kirby, the Medic Ingram, the Garcia are all going to jump to 5, which is exactly what they need for Grunt Buggy, and that's really nice.
Yeah, this is going to be a interesting few turns. So I still love the idea that he's on 13 amber, and we're still trying to work out is he actually going to forge. I mean,
well, there's a time mechanic down. That's reduced the cost of the keys. But he has got the graft as well, so he wants his opponent to forge and get the extra amber out of him.
Yeah.
Goes up to plays interdimensional graft. Uses signal fire. Is gonna fight. Gets for the Garcia. Very nice here. So gains the 1, goes to 7, but we know from what's in the hand that that's not going to be enough to forge thanks to Grunt Buggy.
He's only on 37. Sorry, yeah.
I mean,
Let's
he
see
only
what's up there.
casually forged his first key for 12. I like the Eldest Bear placement because it's going to be smack bang in the middle now. Second anger. What?
Jeez. So then his keys are now what?
So keys currently are 11 to 13.
13.
Yeah, keys are currently 11 to 13, which is manic.
Anger's not that hard to get rid of. There we go. So that's not that down. But I'll go back up to 11 probably next turn if he has another Untamed turn. With,
exactly. And then
3 Angers then out. Oh, Jesus.
But next turn he can drop the anger. He can then regrowth, get the other anger back,
Yeah,
fight with Eldest Bear to gain the 2, take out the Titan mechanic. Groggins can only fight creatures on the front, which means he can only take out one of the angers.
Yeah.
And even then, that's a bad turn because it's forcing your opponent into a house they don't really want to go into yet. Ooh, gets Barrister Joya down. Uses Hexpon to take. I'm liking this. Then we're going to see Helperbot to play Shallow Safeguard, protecting Joya. Back up here and Helperbot. Do you love me a Helperbot?
Interesting.
Where's my phone?
I do love me a backup copy too. Especially on a helper bot because of the extra playing the extra cards out of turn. Yeah. So let's see this. So he'll probably go Untamed.
No, he's gone. Is he allowing the forge? No,
he's not because he's got Garcia.
He's gonna regrowth the Garcia instead. Interesting placement, putting the Kirby on the right hand side of the Eldest Bear.
I don't know if that's deliberate.
And this is where the judge call. This is where the judge call is going to come in.
Look, it's a judge.
So yeah, this is where he's gonna. Just to confirm, you cannot swap blasters, right? And then this is where I come in. So basically, Bartek is saying that he can move the blaster from one to another, but with the release of Mass Mutation, the rules were changed that you can't. Now Bartek's arguing that it's TCO and we should play by what TCO have implemented, but that's why we have manual mode to stop this. I think I made the right decision here by saying he couldn't swap the blasters. It's the rules as they are in the book, not as to what TCO. The golden rule of KOTE is do not be a dick, and if you exploit exploit a weakness in the TCO for benefit, you're being a dick. And I really hope I set this to mature content.
You didn't, but we're okay.
Damn.
So I don't think I'll have trouble. I can't make the chat work in Twitch today. But that's a problem for another time.
It's okay. People, we've got 10 people lurking. Hello. One of which is my other account. I just dropped some helper. I dropped some helper bots in the chat to confirm it was working, and I like to do it when someone plays helper bot. So I was watching Key Froggers yesterday, and they loved my helper bot emote. Okay, so yeah, they've agreed to do it there, so I delete my message. Bartek gets a little bit annoyed because he's been doing it all tournament, but the tournament sort of coincided with the release of Mass Mutation.
Mm-hmm. Well, yep.
Ooh, so uses Kirby to regrow off the anger. So is letting his opponent have the key?
It looks like he is, yeah.
Has to fight with the Medic Ingram. Is then going to possibly reward the Medic Ingram? Or ward the Eldest Bear?
Honestly, I'm not sure. What's the upgrade on the left Kirby? Oh, that's the blaster. Sorry,
That's the
I
blaster,
think
yeah.
it's stupid, yeah. That's the one that's the contentious card.
Exactly. But I don't know how much benefit they really got there from not just going untamed and gaining 2 from the fight of
I
Eldest
think
Bear.
the issue was he was going Star Alliance because he could bounce the blaster.
Yeah, so he wanted to change. Yeah, he wanted to change the play. Yeah, Bartek was not happy with my ruling there, but I stick to the I'm sticking to the rules.
Yep.
As it says in the new rules, if your opponent's okay with you doing that, then we're not going to step in. But if your opponent says that you don't want you doing it, and it goes against the rules, then judges will always go with the rules.
Yeah.
So, looking at
And
STRs,
we may have to tweak that. But yeah, Carol,
Yeah.
SDRs use a lot of Sanctum, but it's not good
Yeah.
Sanctum.
but
So he's doing pretty well.
still, no, it's not. We're looking at Untamed at the minute, which kind of makes sense.
I'm looking at the delayed stream, that's why.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That's
So,
better. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, we're looking at Untamed now, the next about 2 minutes further on.
yes, we've got 2 angers and an unsuspecting prey, which you're not going to get the value of Eldest Bear. I think that last turn was, again, it was probably for the blaster, but even then, it still feels like it probably was better going for the anger plays. But looking at STR's current hand, 3 markets is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Smite is going to do a lot of damage. Then you've got Baron and Hold Shield. Hold Shield's not a big of an issue. Really should have checked STR's list for an Oath of Poverty, but I don't think that got printed in an AOA, did it?
No, honestly, I can't remember. I thought it did, but now I'm questioning it. I know I had it a lot in COTA.
This
but I didn't see
is
it every
why
single-
I had the deck list up last time, but oh well.
But we needed the chat, unfortunately.
Yeah, we
It's not
need
quite that stream
yeah,
today.
especially for this bit when we had the judge call, we definitely need a chat. But
Yeah, we definitely need chat.
puts the helper bot back on top of the deck. I'm loving the fact that keys cost 12, but they've got the cutthroat researches. That is just so nice because you get guaranteed value there.
Definitely.
Takes the archives into the hand, and we see there's got a blinding light in there. We got the gains 4 from the free markets. Excellent. We got redeemed. I didn't realize redeemed was a thief. I played one last job and I stole one. I was like, oh, redeemed is actually a thief. Plays Baron.
Yeah, and you need to know these things.
I do need to know. I should know every card off by heart. all
Yes,
the
that's
flavor
what we
text
pay-
as well.
That's what we pay you for. That's what we pay you for.
All the flavor
Sorry.
text as well.
Oh, of course.
Reaps the Bastion gets to 7 again, but both Papa Angers are dead. Beautifully done. The Barrister Joy is going to be causing trouble. All the creatures are stunned anyway, so guess it doesn't actually make that much of a difference.
It's one of these preps ahead. You can't just look at them now. You've got to look at their head.
Yeah,
This is going to get really annoying if my lights have just gone out in my house.
but I think Bartek has to go Brobner here. Has to get the cards out of hand. Can do some fighting with the Silcoons, but next turn, STR's gonna is gonna forge. No, plays regrowth. Guess what? Wants to stop the forge. Do you just go Sanctum again and smack the board?
I mean, do you allow the forge or do you stop the forge? That's always the age-old question, and there's never really a
There's,
right answer.
yeah, he stopped. Oh, you're still watching the stream. He stopped the forge with the Untamed turn. Yeah, so he Hollow Shield Baron, making it so it couldn't take any damage. Kill Papa Anger. Drops the Grey Rider so he can smack something else. Very nice because it still can't be dealt damage.
Yep.
Not tonight. Well, thanks for joining us. He's rooting for the one that is impossible to pronounce. Smrodyle.
It's not impossible to pronounce. We just can't do it.
We're British. We don't speak foreign.
I'm not going to quote that. You're from the north, so that you can get away with it.
I can. Little Rascal is discount Barrister Joy here, but isn't going to last that long. Yeah, has to drop this Brab in her hand. Has to get it out. That blinding light came down, which didn't just to re-stun the Starlines apparently.
There's no harm in keeping it stunned.
Not Tonight says they love how we butcher it. And this is why we don't try.
Because I just feel guilty.
And this is why we don't try, though, because we feel bad. Forge Master OG is going to be very huge here, because although STR is going to get the second key, they're going to lose all the remaining amber for it, which is very good. But look at this key cost for Bartek going up even further, 14. Oh. That is something I have seen since KOTE is the sets have moved more towards capture and increasing key cost rather than steal. They want you to make your opponent lose amber rather than you gaining it from them. But that's a podcast topic.
Changes, and we should get you on the podcast doing that.
We've got to burn the stockpile, which is very good with keys being 7 for STR. We're going to see help bot into blinding light onto the Brobnar. Bartek cannot get a board set up here. Time Traveler graft on the draw. The keys are just going to keep increasing in cost. This is awful. Bartek, what would you do? Drops the Starlines. Unstun Kirby. Drop Frayne. Zap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. Yeah.
Zap is still. I still think the Starlines action cards is my favourite action card. The Montaigne is still my favourite house. So I'm sure that's going to create a lot of disagreement with everyone else.
Speaking of disagreement, my favourite house is this.
I am a second.
I am very upset that they were being taken out.
They need the rest. They're too good for everyone else. So they need the rest. They just have to take a break to come back stronger than ever next time.
So we're going to see the Frayne come down. Where would you capture the amber on the Frayne here? Do you keep it on the Frayne itself and keep it protected, or do you space it out a little bit?
It's always spaced it out.
Puts it on the Mog Hunter. Puts it on the most powerful creature.
Not terrible.
This unsuspecting prey would have been so much nicer earlier on in the game when they were still sort of in control of an untamed board. Discard Scrapper because it's an alpha. Discards the Smith because of the red alert. Not red alert, for the stealth mode. Couldn't play any actions. Bartek in quite a bit of trouble here. Ghost Starlines again. They're going for the Starlines because they can use Kirby to use the unnatural selection. One Kirby's warded, so you're going to want to protect your big guys and get rid of the biggest threats. So you're going to want to keep Bramo, Titan Librarian, and Redeemed on your opponent's side, or maybe Hexpon? Probably Hexpon. Oh no, go for the fight! Interesting.
Not a terrible idea. I'm not sure I would do it, but then as I always say, I'm not the guy. I don't think it's fun in tournaments. So
I am the guy that basically, if in doubt, reap it out.
Yeah, if in doubt, reduce the board is the strategy I prefer. But hey, to each their own.
That's what he. That's what the.
And to be fair, which one of us won a prime? So yeah.
Excuse me, A prime.
That's not me. That's him.
Excuse me, A prime. I've won 2. Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Big Z, for pointing out that Barrister Joya is still on the board, so cannot reap it out.
Ah, thank you. Yes.
So goes for the unnatural selection. It's probably going to keep their Star Alliance board then because yeah, they can get rid of everything else. Thank you, Big Z. This is why you're part of the Premier League and we're part of the team events.
And not even winners of the team events. We're the organisers.
Exactly.
And it's not like we're asked to commentate or anything.
No, they've got a great team of commentators already.
I think you're already on it, aren't you?
I'm not on it, no.
Oh, okay.
I took part in the American Sealed. It was quite fun. But we'll talk about that in between the games. Let's see. So, Reaps up, gets to 7. Plays unsuspected prey, gets rid of Hexapon, leaving Titan Librarian. Fangtooth Cavern now.
Interesting time for that to come out.
But they have got a nice strong Star Alliance board down. Oh, look at that Logos archive. Everything that was in the archive was Logos. That's
Jesus. Well
Time
played.
Traveler draws more Logos. Drops the Igor, gonna go search for more Logos. Gets backup copy. Is he gonna stick the backup copy on the Time Traveler? That's where I'd put it, but then I like getting value.
I would do that too, to be honest. But
Interesting, they put
you
the
know.
Brobnar card under the Dragoggle when I'd probably put 3 markets under there, given that it's.
Well, it depends. I mean, it's hard to know exactly what he was thinking at that point.
Then plays Graft. No, keeps the Graft. Doesn't want to lose out on there.
Interesting. Free amber.
If I'm Bartek here, I want to set up my board and I want to get I want to get the 2 Bromnar creatures down. Bartek seems to be going for these Star Alliance plays. I guess yes, they can go for the Instrument of Silence and they can go for the Fangtooth Cavern, but you kind of want to get your board set up. You want to get one of each creature now, so those keys drop by 4.
Yeah.
Goes for the fight. I guess, look, going from Bartek's point of view, he wants his opponent to not be able to get higher than 9, which at that time they could. Reaps Officer Grey, Archive, Little Rascal. Reap Refrain and capture 1 onto Lieutenant Kahir. Kahir. Oh no, captures it onto Refrain. Unsuspecting prey when all your opponent's got is 2 power creatures seems really nice.
Unsuspecting prey, that would be awesome. I don't think I've ever come across that scenario actually playing out for me whenever I've played it.
I do like the interaction with Unsuspecting Prey and Save the Pack and all things like that. Just nice niche little combos you can get with. Fights with your Google, gets the Tremor. It's gonna be the 2 Kirby's and either Grey or Kahir. It's not, it's Frayne. Interesting.
Again, it does make some sense.
It does, but I'd want to get on top of that key cheating, I'd imagine. 3 markets gets to 9. Reaper Hexapon gets to 10. 11 with the backup copy. And keys currently cost 7. Can increase to 8 with the Rock Clone. Nope, 3 gets transferred from Interdimensional Graph. That's 14. That is too damn high. Rock Clone Giant will get dropped, which takes keys up to 8. Keys will drop down to 10 with the Burn the Stockpiles. And then his opponent will forge for 10, leaving his opponent will forge for 8, leaving 2 left over.
Yeah.
Bartek put up one hell of a fight in this game.
Considering the starting position they were in, definitely.
Yeah, but there's not really much you can do when your opponent just goes turn 3, proclamation, turn 4, Grump Buggy, Iron Obelisk.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that would not have been a fun game, I'll be honest.
No, I can understand why Bartok didn't drop the GG, because it's something I say quite a lot in the Crucible, and I get accused of being very salty. it is possible to not have a good game.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
It's
and
life.
I will always say to my opponent, well played, but if I've not had a good game, I don't want to GG because I feel it cheapens GG if you just say it all the time. You can play well without having a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
That's a TED talk. Wow, they've got a bit easier. I feel since my day.
I'm still waiting for Ted to show up, like the final boss.
Well done. You have go through 4,000 hours of TED talks. You may now fight the boss.
Exactly. So before I start the game, big shout out to KeyForge Premier League who did their first qualifiers over the weekend. They did 3 different events at 3 different time zones. Big shout out to Big Z who set up all 73 packets that were used. So just like the UK Vault Tour, where we got 3 decks that had already been opened, and then we checked them. Big Z went through the SAS of decks, found a range of non-overpowered decks between 67 and 69 SAS, put them into individual packets, and then assigned them on challenge. And for as much as Big Z did, there was still some really good decks that got in there. My first opponent had a double Drummernaut, double Gangachief, Grunt Buggy deck. And I was like, oh, I still won, but it was one hell of an uphill fight.
Oh no, that's wins though.
Yes.
The ones that you never know if they're coming.
Exactly. I had 2 losses in there before I dropped. I lost to One Star Peeps, who was streaming, and I need to go back and look at the stream. And I lost to Julie July, who I believe went on to win it. And they both had really strong decks.
Julie.
Yes. I do believe they went on to win it. Big Z will probably correct me if I'm wrong. And One Star Peeps may also went 5-1, but it will not be taking. I don't believe they're accepting their invite to the Premier League because they're also a commentator. Yeah, Julie July won the US event. Yeah, so that's who I lost to, and then that was such a crushing defeat. I was like, I'm out. I'm going to play some Among Us. I can't take this anymore.
That's how it should be when you lose. I mean, well, should be is wrong word, but
But no, and if anyone is interested, sign up is available now for Archon. We don't know if there's any SAS limits or anything there, but from what I heard from the stream, essentially it's just bring your best deck and get in there. And if you don't know what the KeyForge Premier League is, hit it up on the website, keyforgepremierleague.com, and also in the Discord. If you get lucky enough to get into the KeyForge Premier League, there is a cash prize for the winner, and that is being gone out of pocket by Jupiter.
thank you to Jupiter for that.
Yeah, big. Oh, I'm sorry. Big Z says nope. It's open Archon, so you can literally bring anything.
That's gonna be interesting at the top tiers, but not so good at the earlier ones.
I was asked if I'm entering. I'm in 2 minds about it yet because I've got stuff going on the weekend. But I am interested to see how my double prime winner would do against high tier decks.
I fear that you'll be disappointed, but you
well, I mean, it only got me into top 16 at the UKGC, so it all depends on how I draw with that kind of deck. But
well, isn't that true for most decks though?
Exactly.
At this point. Anyway, man, let's get on with the next game.
Let's
because,
crack on
we've
to
got
game
25
2.
minutes to the stream.
This one is
I'm now in a
23
position-
minutes long, so let's
Okay,
crack on.
so the draw will be a little late.
Well, no, this is 23 minutes long, and we've got 25 minutes left. That gives you 2 minutes to change over.
set up a stream key and okay.
You
We'll
just-
see what happens.
You just paste it in. If not, you can always do it through Exalted, and then we can work on getting another.
No, I don't have that on here either because
Ah.
this is my rig's dead. So my PC died last week. Apparently.
So, looking
the
at
free-
opening hands, we've got Helperbot, Comfort Research, Containment Field, Miasma, Hidden Stash. Goes for the
One
Entame.
discard.
Goes for the Entame.
I think it's the right call given what he had available to him.
He had Taiuga though, and a turn 1 Taiuga
Yeah.
seems really strong. But opponent has no creatures. Turn till Taiuga with a Molfin and a Xenos is just.
I mean, this is a Logos turn all over. I mean, this is.
Well, because I'm ahead of you. I'm looking at the top player because it's their turn at the minute. I am sharing my screen with you. You can literally go onto the Discord chat, the Discord call, and look at the screen I have.
I know. I'm just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, definitely an untamed to hit. Unnatural Selection is a good board wipe, but I mean, you don't really want it.
Not now.
Yeah, not when there's only one creature down. But
on the other hand, get a Molphin down and you say Hula.
Yeah, the turn one Etramate kind of makes a bit more sense because if your opponent played more than one creature, you've got instant removal for anything they play as a threat early on. Drops Teal'c, drops the Molphins, so we won't see Unnatural Selection come down this turn because there's 4 creatures down. Might have been a misplay.
Well, what's it gonna do though? Really? I mean,
Exhume, Ultimate's Binding, Zap, Garcia, and Moon. With no immediate answer in hand, Russell has got to drop Igor. Just for preferences, the teams have switched, so we now have got Sloppy Labwork at the bottom, who are 1-0 ahead by 1 game, and we've got City at the top. So, but yeah,
I mean, we've got the help from future self in his hand then as well. So he's going to get Helper Bot out. Helper will then chuck that one out. The Mars Poison Wave, which
holds on to Binate Rupture and holds on to Cutthroat Research.
Yeah, sorry, I misread the icon there. That's Binate Rupture, not Helper.
Yeah.
I would have played Cutthroat Research, but hey.
Well, no, because if his opponent's on 3, if his opponent only gains 1 amber, yes, you're giving your opponent a key, but you're also walking away with 2 of that amber and you're sitting on the key as well.
Though you're right, the opponent comes to getting the cards through your hand at the same time. So I probably would have discarded Binate Roger and played Cutthroat Research for the amber, and then had 2 extra cards in my hand. Put me in
Play Zap, which puts Russell in a very strong position here, because those logos, you run that Helper Bot into any of those creatures, just run it straight in. Binate Rupture, Cutthroat Research. Goes for uses the Cutthroat Research because it's stealing. The Helper Bot dies. Mm-hmm. Very nice. I am now conflicted up to who to cheer. Go with your heart. Not tonight. Believe in the heart of the cards, and it will tell you who to root for.
Believe in the heart of the forest. The heart of the forest is all.
Oh no!
Brings no conflict. It brings peace to all.
Getting rid of the Helper Bot is really good here because that Teal'c is a threat, and we've got Nerve Blast, which is kind of an answer, but Carpet Flaxium seems like a much stronger answer here.
Oh, completely. I don't even think that's a conversation, is it?
No.
It's definitely a Mars turn.
The Polish team or the fellow sanctimonious teammate. Well, if you believe hard enough, and I believe in you, you can cheer for them both equally. You want them both to win, and you want them both to have a great game, and for it to be so close that it doesn't matter. And that's what's important.
We want them both to have fun. Let's go that far.
Goes for the Dis turn. So the Etramate can't really be used here.
What's the artifact you played? Because I can't tell.
Obsidian Forge.
Okay.
I believe in you, not tonight. No. Go guys. Go guys. Go girls. Go whatever you identify as. Go Keyforge.
Go KOTE.
Yeah, go KOTE. In the top player's turn, I'd have probably just gone Untamed and reaped for 4. Got the stuff out of my hand. Is he going to Bindings? Is he going to Bindings his own creature to kill it and then exhume it?
I don't know. I mean, I would do that just to get the cards to the hand, but what else has he got that he can exhume at the moment?
You can't really stop your opponent forging, so you just want to really rush ahead.
Yeah, there he goes. Well, was that a discard? Was that a play? I can't tell.
Plays Ultra's Binding. Choosing where the damage goes now because it's not in the discard, so the damage is still being chosen. damages damages Xenos. Reaps Retromate destroys Xenos, exhumes Xenos to fully heal it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But what they don't know, what we know, is Carpet Flaxium doesn't care. All that hard work and planning, just straight down as the board rate comes
through
through.
the game.
Exactly.
And just after Song of the Wild comes in as well, I mean, came through at the right time.
He did.
So it's a very quick Mars turn. Then we've got 3 Logos, 3 Shadow split, which is... I'll probably go Logos, get out my hand, depending on what the opponent position is in.
Yeah, it depends what the opponent plays down, because you're at 6. If your opponent goes to 6, which they are going to do, you want to take them off to 6.
Yeah.
So I guess Shadows is a stronger turn, although you're going to be nerve blasting your own guys.
Which is not necessarily a problem.
No, but look at if Peace Accord had come earlier. I love Peace Accord.
You said that last time.
I do.
I'm still going. It's an entertaining card. Every time I played against it, I've won. I've never played the card myself.
It's I'll go through it. I'll go through it another time with you. But it's what I class as a skill check card. But yeah.
Oh, completely.
Goes Shadows, Nerve Blast Yancy Gang, Whistling Darts on 2, takes his opponent off check for second key. Although technically only 3 amber ahead, it is huge because that amber is behind a key. Now, the stealth mode here is going to be huge.
Oh god, yes. I mean, he plays that, then that forces a Logos turn.
Forces the Logos
turn.
turn.
He gets 3 artifacts down. Yeah. So that forces the Logos turn to come in. Yeah, and then you place 3 artifacts, get them out of his hand.
And you discard the Entropic Swirl. Entropic Swirl, yeah. For each trait a creature has, deal 2 damage and gain 1 amber. So there's only a human and a robot down, so it'd only be 1 amber and 2 damage.
Well, you can't play it now because of the stealth mode, but I would discard it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Then we've got some Mars back in hand. A couple of Mars needs ambers.
But no damage on the creatures. However, he has still got the Mind Worm down.
Ooh, missed that. So yeah, so Mind Worm into...
You'd have to do...
The ward's the problem. The ward is the problem.
Yeah, the problem is now all 3 creatures are warded. Play stealth mode again, so all these actions are useless. Oh, what do you do here? It's got intense. The Smrodyle City guys have overtaken on the amber.
Just 3-2.
Sloppy
each in hand.
Sloppy Labwork USA. But you've got that huge factor that there is 5 actions in Russell's hand and he cannot play a single one.
I would go Logos and do the seismic thing to stop them reaping.
Archive a card. Yeah, makes sense. Uses Medic Income to fight rather than reap. Takes out Yangtze Gang, and yeah.
It's going to be a close finish.
It is. It's going to be very close. This is such a neck and neck game. Like I said, this is my first time seeing it as well, so I didn't know how close this game actually gets. Oh. Yeah, Russell thinking really hard here on what to do.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is I would do Logos and then do that, but
Logos.
Because it's stopping them reaping. Because if you don't know what they've got in their hand, you may think they want to do a Star Alliance turn. If you stop them reaping, that's not a bad thing.
No, exactly. You stop the reaping. You archive the Shadows card, so you're at least drawing 1, and then you quantum. Oh, go Shadows! Just discards the Nerve Blast and the Future Investments.
Interesting. I'm not.
So
That's not a great return.
Do you just go Star Alliance here and reap? I mean, if you see the hands like we do, we know you do.
Yeah. I think, given we don't know what the hands are, I would do Untamed as he's doing. Or Death, or Star Alliance.
Plays Unnatural Selection. What's he going to leave open here? What's he gonna leave unwarded? Exposes the Explorer Rover. this is huge because there's two creatures next to each other now that Mindworm can take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
You Mindworm into the Explorer Rover that does 4 damage to Tentadillin.
He did increase keep cost.
He could. Oh no.
But you got now Mars and Generosity. Now Mars needs Amber. That he's just no. They're on +1. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
They're not damaged, but +1s. That makes
They're
more sense.
they're +1s.
So
So yeah, you go Mars. You Mindworm into Explorer Rover.
Yeah.
4 damage
Yep.
to Tentadillin. 1 damage to Explorer Rover. And then
Yep.
you. Yep. Mars needs Amber. Capture two from
Does
both
it
of them.
again, catch 2 more. Yep. Get himself to 4.
Play
I would
Harvester.
Play the last, play Harvester and then do the last key adoption because you're not going to get the forge off it, and the Amber will be more useful.
Yeah.
But
Get yourself to 5 and cause a lot of trouble.
there we go, and then play the Harvester. So now what do we have left? We have Titan Mechanicum, an Igor.
Now, you go
and,
this here, but how? What do you just discard all 3 and steal, or do you play any of these?
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
He has 3 bad choices. Yeah, no, not tonight. On that turn, he had 3 terrible choices. Discards Spider to steal. Keeps Binded. I'd have just played E and discarded everything.
The problem is there's so much Amber on his own stuff there that, I mean, he's got 5 Amber on his stuff, so he needs to be sure he's got 4 presents. But I'm not sure what I would have done.
It's got to be a
I'll be
Mars.
honest.
It's got to be a Mars turn here.
Oh, it's Mars' turn. Not even a debate.
Do you run the Harvester into Medic Ingram to pop the ward, so then your Carpet Flexing comes on board and you can just wipe out a lot of the creatures here.
Carpet Flux is do 4 damage to each creature.
4 damage to each creature as long as you don't have any.
Ah, that was yeah. Then that's exactly what I would do.
Or do you possibly run it into the Tentadillin so you kill the Tentadillin? Because you're not really bothered about Ingram if you're getting that much. Ooh, no, runs it into Chained.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let me nuke it.
Is he going to redistribute the damage before? Yeah, he does. So he plays the Entropic Manipulator, which allows him to reassign all the damage that's on his opponent's board. Interesting positioning, knowing we got Carpet Flexium.
Yeah.
I mean, he kills.
Once he's in the Carpet Flats, so I don't see how he comes back.
Well, no, he put 1 damage on E on the fringes,
Yeah.
which he didn't need to because Carpet Flexium was going to kill it off anyway. Pops the ward. That's a lot of damage. Damn.
But it's more important. It's 8 Amber. He's now on.
He's now at 8. We know his opponent can't answer it.
I don't see how they come back.
Russell not having creatures has actually worked out for the best here. It's a very bold strategy that you don't see many players have where they just don't have creatures. But with the Carpet Flexiums, with all the benefits that come with it in this deck, the low creature count's really working in its favour.
Yes, a Misery Exploit can't do anything. I don't see how he comes back. Or have I missed something?
It's the George strat. Are we talking George Jones of the Manchester Mavericks, or are we talking a different George?
Sorry, was that a question from the stream? Or?
Yeah, no, it's a statement from Not Tonight. Different George. There's too many George that play.
We allow people called George to play? I did not know that. Yes, so tonight on the live draw, what these guys are thinking, you are going to hear me murder everyone's name, as ever, trying to pronounce it, and I apologise in advance.
You shouldn't have too much issue pronouncing some of them.
I can do Brett, that's true.
Plays Mystic Exploiter, plays Mystic Exploiter. Plays... Drops the Soul Keeper. Yeah, he's basically showing... If he'd have had more creatures... St. George praised the gateway. I like that.
Yeah.
He's basically showing here that he could have got to got to 6 and put pressure on. If he'd have had 4 other creatures down, Obsidian Forge would have won it for him.
Always the way.
Exactly. And there we go. JT Russell.
And there's Toad.
And there's Toad at the bottom. That's where you want to see it. You want to see Toad as your last card.
With Harmonia, to be fair, so at least then he has a purpose.
But against Russell's deck, Harmonia really didn't do anything.
It wasn't there. It didn't come out. To
So this game ended at.
Even so, yeah, no creatures. Yeah.
So this game ended at 16 minutes. What did I record for 5 minutes?
They played again.
Oh, it for some reason it goes back to the first game. That's really
okay.
weird. But
Right now, 8 minutes to prep. Well, thanks everyone for watching these 2 streams. Brett and I are keen to do more of this commentary. For me, it helps me improve my flow of the game and my presentation. Brett just loves the game and is been a great help for us here at KOTE. So we are going to ask people to volunteer if they want to have us commentate the game. We're going to endeavour to do one every Monday before the draw. If need be, we will do Brett's game, but we'd rather avoid that because we would like to record with both hands possible.
exactly. So, yeah,
that's all true, right, Brett?
yeah, we're going to be doing a featured game. You did offer to make it my game, but it's a case of
That's a plan B if need be. Yeah.
it's a plan B if needed. I'm probably going to record my game anyway, just to put on there and see if any of your admins want to do it. And on Friday, the You Can't Touch This Keyforge quiz starts, where they put up a screenshot of a game scenario and they ask people to work out what the best move is to do. And I'm going to take a crack at it. And I'm going to ask the other KOTE admins to take a crack at it, record what we think our answers are, and stick that up on Twitch and YouTube. The people over at Can't Touch This Keyforge quiz are going to let us announce the answer at the end of it all, and as part of their giveaway. It's a nice little cross promotion we're doing.
So that's awesome to hear, Brett. So, yeah, I'll be there Friday, I think. I think I'll be there Friday.
That's when it starts, and I'm gonna try and pressure you guys to give me some recordings, and then I'll try and edit a video based on what you guys are saying to match the scenario. But that's something to talk about later on. I'll let you get set up. I'm gonna head off. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you stick around, for 5 minutes, Chris will be back with the pairings and all the information for KOTE 6.
And when he says 5 minutes, he probably means closer to 10. But we'll see. I think we'll be there as soon as we can.
Right,
Cheers, everyone.
See you in the games.